Hello, my name is Susan McGirl and I'm an Education Ambassador for CND and Sweet Squared in the northwest of Ireland. So I have a set of breeze enhancements here with 2 layers of As Your Wish on them. And for the rest of the tutorial you're going to need Hotsky to Trotsky, Winter Nights, Cream Puff and Lecenté Rapture Clemente. Okay, move them out of the way. Now I have a little bit of those decanted out onto a white tile. I'll just show you. We also have here just plain white tile. I have Hotsky to Trotsky, Winter Nights, Cream Puff and a little bit of asphalt. Sorry, I forgot about that. A little bit of the Clemente Rapture, all decanted out. I have a little dapping dish turned upside down, and that's alcohol in the bottom end of it. You're also going to need a little bit of gold foil. You are going to need your Lecenté D1 brush. You will also need a dotting tool and Lecenté D2, and possibly, if I get really carried away, Lecenté S1. And that's Mary, my model's belly rumbling. It's not mine. Okay, so I'm obsessed with marbling or aquarelle painting, or I don't know actually what the real name is. I call it aquarelle, it's probably not. I do make up things anyway as I go along. So all we're going to do is, this is part of the nautical nails, so we're going to just replicate the different colours that you'd see in the ocean if you were going to get into the ocean. Personally I don't, because as soon as I dip my toe in the sea, somebody puts on the Jaws music and that's the end of Susan and the sea. So, little bit of alcohol. Dipping my brush in alcohol, and I'm just going to wet that out. It doesn't have to be any particular pattern. It's abstract and it's going to be like as if it's underwater and waves. Okay, get a little bit of your cream puff, same thing, just smear it here and there. Doesn't have to be anything very posh or fancy. Dip your brush into the alcohol and just smear it out so it goes like the ocean. I am obsessed with this technique. You can do it to replicate abstract flowers, you can do it to replicate stone, and then just because there's loads and millions of different colours in the sea and we want to try and give a bit of depth, let's put in a little bit of Winter Nights. Just a little bit here and there. You can do what you want. You can mess around with it as much as you want to get the finish that you like. I love it. When you have it to your own fancy, you're going to cure it in the CND lamp. Button 2S on the new LED, or button C on the old UV box lamp. I'm going to take then my D1 brush that I've cleaned off. I was using that to smudge on the alcohol onto the product. So I'm now going to take a little bit of the Lecenté Rapture Clemente, just a teeny little bit. I like the way this goes on because it's like as if it gives a little sparkle, a little bit of depth to the nails as well. We're going to because we're going to do a compass, I'm going to top coat the nails after the next step, because then it's safer, because if you make a mess of them you can just wipe off what you've done rather than interfering with this. So a little bit of the Clemente. See, it'll stick to the inhibition layer, so you don't need to worry about it. Love it. Just dot it on here and there, wherever you feel like it. It sticks. And the Clementes are a mix of very fine glitter and powder. They're very versatile. Pop it in there, here and there. Da, da, da. And now, just because I can, I'm going to take my gold foil. When you're using foil, make sure that the coloured side is facing you, because otherwise you won't stick it. Now I'm just going to fold it over, because I only want very, very, very thin stripes. So I folded and refolded it. And I'm just going to press it on here and there in a higgledy-piggledy kind of way, because I don't want too much transferring. Fold it again. Keep it thin, the line that you're trying to create, because you don't want to have a big splosh of it down, because, well, you can, it doesn't matter. It's your ocean, you can have whatever you want. But my ocean has only thin little lines of this. Just again to try and give a little bit of depth and pretend I know what I'm doing. My brother has a degree in fine art, but he's a real proper artist. I'm just a chancer. Here and there, little bit, just gives a little bit more definition and depth to your design. Okay. So I'm going to cure that. I'm going to use original top coat. Cure it. And then, as I say, if you make a mess of it, you can just wipe off the inhibition layer and start again, and you don't have to worry about ruining your design. These are done on a set of Breeze enhancements. They look pretty good anyway. Okay, into the lamp there, please, Mary. Now, again, when you're doing, I'm going to do a compass, and it sounds it's a little bit more advanced than, we'll say, anything else, but it is always just strikes and lines. Have your dotting tool ready. Have your S1 brush ready, and have your D2 brush ready. We're going to wipe off the inhibition layer when it comes out of the lamp, because I don't want my lines to smear, and they might smear in the inhibition layer if you leave it there. I hope everybody can understand me as well. I wouldn't have that mad strong Scottish accent, but I do have a strong Irish one. So I'm trying to slow myself down and speak properly. Three, two, one. Okay, just wipe off the inhibition layer. Now, I'm going to do my compass on this finger. So I have taken a little bit of asphalt and decanted it out onto my little trusty tile, just because I thought it was going to do it in the winter nights, but I don't think it'd stand out. You might lose the effect with all the blues in the background. So load your brush Don't try and take it all off onto the tip of the brush because you'll end up with a blob. We're going to go 1 strike down. I'm going to go back into it a second time, give it a little bit more definition. And we're going to go across. So basically our compass is a cross. Now I find the easiest thing to do is pick 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then join your dots, because otherwise you could be all over the place. Join it, dots, 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 and more lines and dots. That's all we're doing. You're joining dots since you were 3 or 4 year old, so don't get overwhelmed by it. Okay, that's our rough outline. We have north, we have south. Depending on the size of the nail, obviously you're going to have to modify what you're doing. East, you need a really fine detailer to do all this. And west, now I might be running out of room here, but anyway. I like doing these little extra bits. So all I've done is on this bit do a strike in there and a strike in there. You can then join that part up to the middle line and fill it in, and do it again to join this side. Cute. One strike there and one strike there. And then we're going to join it up that way and join it up that way. It's looking a bit gothic now. On my west side, because my west has gone off a little bit, we lost the W, but anyway. Now, if you had, depending, you can leave it like that. I'm going to try and do my W in here so my compass doesn't look like it's a 3-legged one. Put in your W. I'm going to get that into the lamp for 10 seconds just to so I don't want to smear any of my lines, okay? There you go. You could have switched from the S1 to the D2 if you wanted to do those lines. I still have loaded this now, and I am doing from the center point out, and I'm going to do an arrow because I've decided this is the direction we're going in. So again, they're only just lines. Just lines. And as I say, because you've already top coated this nail, if you make a mess of it, don't worry about it. You can wipe it off and start again. And then I'm going to join my arrow this way. And because I've kind of set it for the 10 seconds, I haven't smeared any of the lines. I have to put feathers on the end of these, or there'll probably be a proper name for them, but anyway. What are they called, Mary? Again, they're only lines. Okay, so that's your compass. Now, this finger, I am going to draw a seahorse. And again, if you break down your design into lines and don't get overwhelmed by the whole thing, it's not too bad. Now, obviously, you have to practice a little bit first. I'm back in with my D2 brush, and I am going to do like a little M shape sideways. And I'm going to bring this guy around and make a little curly tail on him. That's my seahorse's backbone. He then is going to get a little mate to join him here. And again, 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes. He's got little fins, so we'll do a little strike there and we'll do a little strike there. And he's got a little fat belly, a bit like myself, so we'll give him 1 there. And then he's got his little head, so he's got a round head here. And he's got a little kind of, it's not like a square snout, but it's not totally straight. My little seahorse. He's horrid cute. I'm going to give him a little eye. Now I prefer to leave them like that, because if I go in and start messing around too much, I'm gonna just think I'm brilliant, and then all of a sudden I'll make a mess of the whole lot. So I think that's it. Yeah. That's my seahorse and my compass on a swimmingly oceanic background. So pop them into the lamp. We have asphalt there, so we're going to cure that on 2S. That was the base colour. And they were the colours then I used with the alcohol to give that marbled finish. We also used asphalt. You could use like any of the dark blues, or you could use the black. I just prefer to use that. And this guy here. So Lecenté, Clemente in a Rapture, and a little bit of gold foil that was just bent over, folded over a few times, and it gave us that little dotted in effect. We have to now top coat our compass and seahorse. The other nails were top coated, but they weren't. We'll top coat them to make sure that they don't go anywhere after all that hard work. Okay, pop her into the lamp, Mary. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Gorgeous, thank you.
My nerves are gone. I'm not one for talking. I'm so shy and quiet. Get your little bit of oil ready then for alcohol to wipe off the inhibition layer, and oil for the cuticle area. And any of the products are available through Sweet Squared. I don't know what the English office number is, but the Irish one is 014089191, and you can ask for Jenny, Jazz or Kelly. Okay, so there we go. Wipe off your inhibition layer. As always, you're going to finish with a little bit of oil. There you have a set of nautical nails. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Take care, bye.